You know, it's really easy to believe what we see in a mirror. But the Bible very clearly tells us that we walk by faith and not by sight. So I learned a long time ago that you can't always believe what you see in a mirror. I was born, and at the age of 1, I was diagnosed with a disability that was supposed to kill me. The doctor said I would never live to be 12. How many of you know you can't only not always believe what's in a mirror, but you can't always believe what the professionals say? Because I know a potter that takes broken things that the world would say are useless, and he says, I want that. You know, I've only got a few minutes, but I want to say this. I was born and raised in the church. And there's some of you here today, you've been in the church your whole life. And I found out that you can be in the church, but the church is not necessarily inside of you. And so what I found out after years of preaching, years of looking on the outside to everybody else like I had it together, even though physically that's kind of a joke, I found myself at the side of a lake one day, ready to take my life. I had finally figured it out. After 37 years, I had figured out a way to end it all. And I backed this chair up, and I headed towards that lake, and I heard a voice say, "Do you see what I see?" I thought to myself, is it Christmas? I'm in Arizona, it's 110 degrees. It can't be Christmas. So I backed up and I started to do it again. How many of y'all have ever been in that place where you were ready just to let it all go? Come on, let's be real today. And as I made my way to the water one more time, I heard louder, "Do you see what I see?" And this time, it was an all too familiar voice. And I looked down into that water, and I began to understand that you can't always believe what you see in the mirror, because for the first time, I saw through the eyes of God, and I saw myself standing. You see, I lived a life of labels. You'll never walk. You'll never graduate. You'll never be a minister. They'll never let you on a stage. If you really had faith, you'd be out of the chair. But all of that noise was just noise, because the word says that you're a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. Isaiah says in 68:4 that he's our Father, and he fixes us when we're broken. He's a good potter. So I want to just encourage you and release on you today this thought. You're not the millennials. You're the eternals.
Come on, if you believe that, give God praise, man. I've known Howard since we were teenagers, and he's from my home city. And as he was releasing his heart, we talked about this, and I just want you to see through the eyes of the Holy Spirit, because many of you can see yourself internally like many would see him physically. Broken, handicapped, unable, insufficient. But God says, I see you standing. I see you standing. Not because of anything that you've done, but because of what Christ has done in you.